yes, Lewis Hamilton won another Grand Prix, and yes, Kimi crashed at turn 1 on lap 2, but there's so much more that happened over the 4 days of the Portuguese Grand Prix. More in a moment. Well, let's bump on to Sunday's adventure at turn 1 with Kimi Räikkönen, because that was pretty interesting. I did the start and I got some reasonable pics of the cars coming down the hill. And then, of course, turn 2, you're waiting for them, and I've got a long lens on, and I could see on the right-hand side of my shot some smoke initially, I think. And then, of course, I train my camera on that car. It's Kimi Räikkönen, and I follow him all the way till he gets nearly to the gravel, and then I put down the 600mm and I pick up a 70-200, which is a wider shot because the car's getting closer. I didn't realise at the time that he had the wing underneath his car, and that's why his wheels weren't turning. As you can see here, every shot the wheel is in the same position. Then he came to a stop, and it would have been no more than 30 metres from where I was standing, so I raced up there with one lens at 70-200, which gives me some sort of range. Because there was a safety car, it gave me an opportunity to put up a social media post. So physically what I do is hit a button on the camera that sends the photo via a routing to my Dropbox on my phone. I go in and I get the picture on my phone. I do a quick edit, add a watermark to it, and then I post it on Instagram. So as soon as I open Instagram, I see about 30 direct messages, and as soon as I click the first one, it says picture, and it takes a second to come up with, oh, okay, someone's taken a screenshot because obviously I've been on telly, but that's exactly what happened. And there was a cameraman obviously nearby, but that was funny seeing that so quickly, because there would have only been, I'm guessing, 2 minutes from when the shot was taken to me seeing the messages. So thank you to those people who sent me advices of that. It's always interesting to see. For quali on Saturday, I shot down at the entry into pit lane. At one stage I looked over and saw the 80km/h sign, which is stuck on a piece of polystyrene, had actually come off and looked like it was going to end up on the track. So I alerted a guard who ended up getting a guy to come and fix it up. So disaster averted. Now here's some Alpine trucks. You'll see them out of my window. They're heading off to Barcelona. That's the 2nd, 3rd and the 4th. Oh my gosh, there's another one coming here. They're going in a convoy. 6, 7, 8. Another thing I noticed at this track was there was a motorcyclist in front of a sweeper, and the motorcyclist would pick out certain things on the track and indicate to the sweeper to go over that, to get rid of it, so they have a clean track. During one of the sessions I went to turn 1 and shot sparking cars, but my gosh, they come past at a fair speed, and I got a couple of reasonable shots, but that is something that takes years to perfect, I reckon. One morning Max Verstappen came in, and you can tell he's arriving, or one of the Red Bull drivers is arriving, because you see this crew waiting out the front of the swipe gates, and so you just hang around them knowing that you will get a shot at some point. He did a very quick photo shoot next to the car with his Red Bull photographer Mark Thompson, and it's not often you get a few seconds with perhaps a future world champion. Security and police were using sniffer dogs and the mirrors that go underneath the car, checking all cars that went inside the track, and there was a small police presence at the last roundabout before we entered the track. Not often I get to see pictures of me, but here's one from Jose. Thank you, Jose. I thought this would have been a great picture if you could have got the car going in to the 600mm lens. And maybe that's something I try at another race. Make digital copies of important documents like your passport or your driver's license, and carry them on your phone. In the event that, say, you want to go duty-free shopping and you don't want to carry your passport, often retailers will be able to get the information they need off your digital copy, and you won't have to risk losing your important documents. My most popular videos on my YouTube channel are videos about Britta and Angela. Britta is Seb's PR manager, Angela is Lewis's physio, and both of them came together one morning just outside the gates. It was a nice interaction and well received on Instagram. On the Friday morning I was putting a post up on social media. So I've got my head down, not looking at the drivers coming in. I'm doing that from my phone at the swipe gates. And Rosa, Lewis's press officer, walked past me and said, "Lance is coming. Thank you very much." The Netflix boys were out and about. I want you to have a look at this camera rig they use. It is a fair weight, but it allows some very steady vision. But unfortunately for us, they tend to get in a lot of our shots. I think the track is one of my favourites in terms of photography, because you have all these great crest shots where you can put the car in a very clean position. You don't see rails, you don't see wire fencing, you don't see marshals, and we value clean shots, clean backgrounds. One of the great things about COVID is that there is no traffic on the road. When we head to the track, as you'll see in this time lapse, it's beautiful. And coming back, it's even better. And it's a clean run all the way back to our hotel in Lagos. And I should say the reason I'm doing this in the car is that I have so little time today because it's a travel day, that I wanted to get this all done by the time I got to Lisbon, and then I can start editing from Lisbon on the plane and at the airport and get it up for you so that you're watching this as you are right now. And thank you to those people that joined the live stream last night. Good roll up. Gained a few extra members who get some privileges. And if you're not a member of my channel, I would urge you to do so. And even if you don't want to become a member, perhaps you could just like the video and subscribe. That helps the algorithm, and at the moment we're at something like 96,000 subscribers, and I would think I'll be at 100,000 inside 14 days. And if you know YouTube, when you get to 100,000, you get a nice plaque, which I'll be excited to receive, even though it'll go to Australia and I won't see it for probably 8 months. Here's something I've not realised from the first two races. I was standing on the outside of the track during the grid. I couldn't help but notice these people were holding up signs, one either side of the track, saying, "Take t-shirts off." Because when they do the "We Race as One" thing, they have to wear that black t-shirt, and to make sure that they're not wearing that for the national anthem, they have two FIA minders who remind them to take their shirts off. Oh, and the other thing too that I noticed, and I don't know whether you picked this up on television watching, is there is a beep, when like this beep, to indicate when they can go down on one knee if they wish to, and there's also another beep, and I think it might be 20 seconds later, when they can rise. But I did take some shots of the cars coming into the main straight, and it just looks so alien on race day to see no people in the stands. And I think, well, when I say no people, there was one person standing up there, and I don't know who that was. It looked like just a marshal, but he had the whole stand to himself, and I'm thinking that stand seats 30,000, maybe 40,000 people. I'll cover this in Women of the Paddock, which goes up later this week, but this was the first race that we have seen the Ferrari press officers for the drivers back, because normally it's Sylvia that does the job. But this race, we had Mia Jasic back, and also Caterina Capelli. Caterina looks after Carlos, and Mia looks after Charles. All of my F1 driver photo books feature updated photos taken from the last 3 races. So if you're looking for a gift for a friend, get on to kimillman.com and grab one of those. You'll find my digital images available at prostarpics.com. And for my best pics live from the track and all during the week, head to Instagram at Kim Illman. Thanks for watching, and stay passionate.